I'm going to have full coverage on the show of this tonight. I've got police reporter Mark Morri coming up now. Also, the latest on this with Sky News reporter Caroline Marcus. Israel's Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister Sharon Haskell, she heard the news and she wants to come on to talk about how concerned she is about how our government is handling anti-Semitism. And for community reaction, David Adler will also join me. Also on the show, Warren Hogan will be on to speak about the chance of a rate cut after the CPI figures today. So don't miss any of it. But now let's bring in crime editor for the Daily Telegraph, the man who broke this story that we wouldn't know about if it wasn't for Mark Morri. Mark, thank you so much for your time. Can you tell us the latest on this breaking news tonight?
I think the fact that the police have gone public and didn't try to shut everybody down means I think they're fairly confident that they have the players that were the threat of carrying out something in custody. I think Dave Hudson made that pretty clear. What they don't have, and what Mr. Walton told you yesterday, is that they don't know who is orchestrating this. That I think the people in custody really are puppets, and that is what's now being worked on. I mean, I could tell you now, we're here in Elizabeth Street studios, and the police headquarters is just a few floors down, and I'm sure the whole hierarchy are there now talking about strategy about where they go next.
Maybe you can pop in after this interview, Mark. And I was at those headquarters just a few days ago. Now, Mark, you weren't even working today. You're on holidays when you got this tip-off about this story that there has been a caravan full of explosives enough to create a 40 blast wave. Obviously, without revealing any confidential sources, how did you come by this incredible information that was deliberately being withheld from the public?
I was basically told that there was something brewing and it was very, very big, and it took some phone calls by myself and also even our editor, Ben English, and then we started to piece together exactly how big it was. Now, the whole fact about the secrecy, as you said, police are saying it's investigative reasons. I also think another problem would be the fact that the federal police are involved. Now, it was federal police, ASIO and New South Wales Police. Now, deciding when to go public and if to go public, I'm wondering who is the one overriding this. Now, we know the Premier knew about it. We also know the Prime Minister knew about it. So wouldn't it have been up to the Prime Minister to say, we have to go public? He's the leader of the nation and he knew about it. So I think the buck stops there at a federal level. Now, New South Wales Police, it happened in their backyard. They moved in very quickly and then they started talking to all the other organisations. Now, we know that there's been problems between federal and New South Wales Police. None of them are talking about that publicly, but I'm wondering if that had something to do with the fact that we didn't get to find out about this.
Well, yeah, I just want to stop you there and get you to properly explain that, because I've known about this and you've known about this, but no one's actually put this into the public domain or properly written a story. There has been a total breakdown in the relationship between the New South Wales Police and the AFP in Canberra. Can you expand on just how bad that relationship now is?
Well, it's been strained for a long, long time, and over even things like drug seizures. There's been this ongoing battle where drugs are being seized at the border by the federal police, and New South Wales Police aren't getting the information straight away. Now, they were resolving this, and I think things were getting a bit better. But when we've seen, in the wake of this terrorism, when the statement came out and said that the federal police had intelligence, not evidence, that they believe that it could be being orchestrated from overseas and being paid in crypto. New South Wales Police did not know that. And that caused a major rift. And I think, as you said, you've known about it. It's always been under the surface, and they were just trying to get things back together. Now, they will tell you that we have a joint terrorism task force that works. New South Wales Police, federal police, New South Wales Crime Commission are also heavily involved. Now, they've got to work together. This is a national, international problem. Now, New South Wales has very, very good relationships with the FBI and other organisations around the world. As hopefully the federal police do. So, let's hope they just get their act together. But I think you've probably hit the nail on the head. Why did it take so long to become public? And I'm thinking that's because the agency's involved. And as I said, it's wouldn't it be up to the Prime Minister to announce this is a national threat. This isn't, a couple of firecrackers found in a ute out in southwest Sydney that was going to be used. This was a caravan full of explosives. When Dave Hudson said it had a potential 40-metre blast range, I mean, that's a terrifying imagery that he was evoking.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mark, thank you for bringing this to the public domain. We wouldn't know about this if it wasn't for your excellent journalism. You have given decades of brilliant police reporting to the Daily Telegraph. You used to be my desk buddy at the Daily Telegraph. I know how hard you work, how good your sources are. So, we're all grateful that you reported this. We wouldn't know about it otherwise. And I think it's fascinating to hear you say perhaps this was the Prime Minister's decision. And I expect everyone will now be investigating that now that you've said it. All right, Mark, thank you so much. And of course, he was on holidays when he broke this story. Good on him.